Hello, all you hardcores out there. How are you doing? Corky here, the biggest gob in sport. Hope you're all okay and keeping well. Big shout out to Welcome Estates. Big shout out to Spartan Demolition. Hope you boys are all okay. Uh, who would you trust out these five? Number one, Bob Arum. Number two, Frank Warren. Number three, Eddie Hearn. Number four, Calla Sowland. Number five, Don King. Who would you trust out these? Bearing in mind, these lot have go back to 1966 promoting. Aram's obviously been going longest. And up to present day, they're all still promoting. All of them up to the present day. So these lot have had 56. Some of these have been going 56 year in the sport of boxing now. Number one, Bob Arum. Now, we all know about Bob Arum, don't we? Hey, in the 80s, IBF got busted, didn't they? Bob Arum and a few others, they were all knee deep in it. That's just one incident. You can go on forever, can't you, with Bob Arum? He's stopped more fights than a Witherspoon's doorman. Hey, Bob Arum stopped more fights than a doorman from Witherspoon's. Unbelievable. Then we go to Bricktop, don't we? We go from the Bob father, who's doped out of his mind, smoking weed all day, to Bricktop. God, what can we say about Bricktop? I don't know. What can we say? Look, he's ducked and dived, hasn't he? He's meant most of the bad job, hasn't he? With boxing, he's done well, hasn't he? And he's never done porridge. So obviously he's a sharp individual, is he? But would you trust him? I don't know. Could you do a deal with him? Would he go back on his word? Answers on a postcard. Porkycorner@mail.com. What about Eddie Hills, the 5-0 Iceman from Billericay? Free by way off. Well, like I've said before, and I'll say it again, the only footage we've got is of him knocking Spotty Frank around for a points win. So would you trust Eddie Hills? I have to say, for instance, hiding drug tests and God knows what else we don't know about, innit? Could he be trusted? If your life depended on it, or you were co-accused, and he knew something about you, and do you think he could do a deal with Plod? Could Eddie Hills do that to save his own skin? Would any of these save their own skin? Aram, Bricktop, Hills, Sowlands, or Don King? Would they turn you in to save the next? Could you really trust these? Could you trust them in a boxing deal where everything's a bit murky? Could these people be trusted? If you went to prison for 10 years and you wanted to leave some money with these or some gold or some jewelry, could they be trusted? I'm asking. I'm not saying I'm asking. But Eddie Hills, well, he don't need no introduction, does he? Eddie Hearn, the Billericay Iceman. What about his fellow Silver Spoon boy, Calla? Hey, that's right. That's him on photo here, and you know what I mean. You can see him there, aka the Gurninator. Could he be trusted? I mean, do we all remember Arthur Abraham against Edison Miranda won in Germany? Hey, or Robin Reed against Sven Opka? We all remember them fights, don't we? Hoo, hoo, hoo. Hey, unbelievable. Throw in the Conor Benn situation where he didn't even let his own fighter know about it. What is all that about? Hey? What is that all about? These people do out to save their own necks. Moving on from Silver Spoon Boy Mark II, Don King. Here's a man that's killed two people. So who are we? One of them was one of his mates, so he said, but you know, but Don King killed two people and he served less than 4 years, so he obviously knows how to bend rules, doesn't he? What can you say about this man? He's been sued more than any other promoter, hasn't he? You know, he's been in court loads of times. You know, some of the strokes he's pulled over the years are scandalous, but he just seems to get away with it all, doesn't he? He's like a Jimmy Savile type, isn't he? Who just gets away with the law. I don't know, but could you be trusted? Could you trust John King? Could you trust him? Could you trust any of these lot? The Bob Farber, Bricktop, Eddie Hills, and El Chapo, hey, or Tony Montana, hey, Sauerland, or the Kingston Don King. Could you trust any of them? Any of them? You couldn't, could you really? I couldn't. It's my opinion. I couldn't trust them. I don't like how they go about the business. Could never trust them ever. So that's my opinion, and I'm entitled to it. So, okie dokie. Peace out. Keep on trucking. Keep sporting boxing. Don't have nightmares, especially you, Bricktop.